All right, how's it going, everyone? Tyler Hopkins here with FarmboyInc.com. We are the best marketing agency in Iowa, so go ahead and check us out. We're going to be going over an article that we wrote a couple weeks ago, which gives some great perspective over how your marketing strategy can actually be used to attract and retain employees. And I don't think we think about that a lot. So I'm going to go over some of my own personal experience being hired on at Farmboy. And also we go over construction workers or construction companies and how they need to recruit top talent and they need to retain them. So having these different things in place as far as branding strategy is really going to help achieve that goal of not having to hire as frequently and making sure you can actually attract top talent. So I have some bullet points over here to the side, which I'll be referencing, but if you want to go read this for yourself, it's going to be farmboyinc.com/attract and retain employees, or just go to our blog section and you will see it there. So the big takeaway that I got was that your workforce is the largest representation of your organization, and that a proud employee helps grow the company by being a good representation of the brand and its culture. So we've all been out and about and met new people, and what do they usually ask? What do you do for a living? And somebody who has a good understanding of their company and their culture and their mission, they're going to be representing that brand a lot better than somebody who has no idea what the brand does, what is their culture about, because they may not have a good marketing strategy in place that actually communicates this with not only the customers, but their employees. And one of the things that I did when getting hired on at Farmboy was, you see the job listing, you're interested, but then you go do your homework. You want to make sure that that company aligns with, what your skill sets are, or what you're trying to achieve with this new career path. So I was a freelance marketer for, 10 years or so. So I was used to doing a bunch of different marketing related tasks for a specific brand, where I didn't really like that because I was pulled in all these different directions. And, I was basically having to learn on the fly, when something came out, they wanted me to start looking at, influencer marketing or different things that I may not have been familiar with. And now I'm having to wear not only that hat, but all of these other hats that are related to marketing. So when I was looking for a job, I wanted to be a part of a marketing agency that had different departments. I would be able to specialize in something, but also be able to kind of float around and be able to use my skill set and the things that interest me. So I love branding, strategy. I like social media. I'm getting really heavy into search engine optimization. So I wanted a company that I could actually jump in, understand their culture. And how I did it was I basically go to their website. I look at their branding. A marketing agency is a little bit different, especially for marketers. If you're a marketing agency trying to attract some top talent, your marketing and your branding is going to be judged, which it's judged with, other industries also, but probably a little bit more heavy if it's a marketing agency. So I basically read through all this, read the process, saw who the different people are that I'd be working with, the different departments, how things are broken up in the organization. Also, who we have been working with in the past. If we're able to attract some of these top brands like Hy-Vee, I was blown away. So I'm like, yes, I definitely want to be a part of Farmboy and see how I can add my value to the things that they're already doing and be a part of a marketing team that has some pretty big clients and has room to move forward and grow. So that's my little input. So basically, let's just jump straight into how you can actually implement this kind of branding strategy for your employees That way, when they're talking about your brand, they'll actually understand it a lot more clear. And it also has to do with employee engagement. So this is going to be engaging with your employees and actually telling them about, what is the brand's mission, what is the culture. And we actually just had a Farmboy 3.0 meeting, which we go over, what is our mission, what has the business been doing the past couple months, how do we see ourselves in the future, how do we see ourselves growing, what are the different departments, what are things that they're doing right, and what are some action steps we can take moving forward from a brand perspective. And everyone's a part of this, so we're all on the same page, and if we have questions we can address it there. And that's all a part of engaging your employees and talking to them about the goals of the company. Number 2 is going to be more about brand messaging. So this is going to be the story of your brand, or the story of your company is the foundation of your brand, and your employees are often the best advocates for your organization's missions and values. So this is kind of what I was talking about before, where if you're meeting somebody in public and they're asking about what you do, your brand messaging is going to come into play, because that employee is going to need to understand, what does your company do? What is the culture like? And a great way to do that is through branding strategy. And most importantly, your brand messaging is going to be basically your website. So typically I would go to the About page and start learning more about the company and its culture. So this is your branding messaging, or your brand messaging. And then going more into the actual company culture. So this is going to be a little bit different. So the marketing team can aid in promoting the values and the missions of your company internally, and in turn improving employee retention and attracting potential job candidates. So having a good culture is pretty much after you understand what the branding is, the brand messaging, it's going to be more about what is it like to work there. So having this explained is a little bit more crucial for retention and retaining those people that may have just got hired on. And it's going to have to do with, what does your work-life balance look like? What else do we say in this? That the marketing team can aid. Okay, I already went through that. Basically, you just want to align your employees with the culture. And to do that, like our marketing meetings that we have, that's a great way that we can come together, connect, talk about the things that we may have issues with, what are things that we're enjoying, having the flexibility within the business to, work on progressing your career, having training opportunities, having time off in the summer, which is a cool thing that we do. So there's a lot of things that go and that's involved with the culture of the company once you're actually in the company. So being able to represent that is going to be crucial, because if you have, somebody maybe a top talent, and if you're talking about, what it's like to work at Farmboy, that's going to be part of your company's culture. Social media is going to be used more as a tool to work on this branding messaging, to where if you're like me and you go to their website and you're searching through things, you're getting a certain amount of information, then you may also go over to their social media links and find out a little bit more information about them and what are they into. And you can also see how are they marketing. So, you can go through here, get a little bit more familiar with the company, how they're perceived in the market. These pictures are funny. I like that one. Happy birthday, Brent. Real good work. So this is one of our missions, basically a mission statement. So you can go through here and get a good idea. I think I'm on here somewhere, getting hired. There I am. So this also has to do with your company culture. So if you want to see, what it's like to work there, what does the environment look like, you can get a lot through their social media and find out more about the culture of the brand. So using social media is going to help you explain your branding and messaging. It can also be a good recruitment tool or a retention tool. You know, if you're trying to hire somebody, you can also use social media to make some posts about it. And if they're already following your social media accounts, then typically they already have a good understanding of, you know, what is the brand, or at least what is it about. And then you can get some potential hires, people who've already been following you. And if you're following somebody on social media, most likely a business, then you're in their area also. So that can come in handy as well. And the last thing we go over is that working in tandem with your HR and your marketing department ensures that your company will draw in the best job candidates and keep them. A partnership between your company and a marketing firm will have a long-lasting effect in driving your company forward. So if this is something your company can't implement, like if you can't build a good branding strategy, this is when it comes in handy to actually hire a company like Farmboy Inc. and actually get us to work on it for you, because this would just be one of the different things that we work on. So creating a branding strategy is going to help you get more customers, for one, because you're going to be communicating your marketing message and your brand's message. But it can also be used as what we're talking about, a tool to help people understand, you know, what does this company do? What is it like to work for them? What does the internal culture look like? So, and a lot of the times these companies that are so focused on what they do for a living, they can't invest that time and to actually create a good marketing strategy that implements all these different things. So that's when it comes in handy to hire a marketing agency. And clearly we're the best in Iowa. So if you're a company that needs some additional help, we can offer that. If you have any questions, again, like we say in our videos, you can put it down here in the comments, or since this is going to also be on YouTube, put it in the comments below, or you can just reach out to us. You know, you can click start a project or go to our contact page and let us know, you know, what are some things that you're looking at doing. And go ahead and read this article because it talks a little bit more about contractors and construction companies. And it gives a good reference here. Click on this. It'll go over, I think it's 5 strategies for, so 5 techniques to grow your construction company. So this is some additional information if you're a construction company. Now you have some techniques, and you also have a good idea of how this branding strategy can be used to attract and retain your employees. So if you have any questions, let us know. Until next time, bye-bye now.